There we go. Hello. Can you hear me now? Is that better? Yawn. All right. There we go. Finally figured it out. Day two. Day two of streaming. Day two of trying to figure it out. Hello, K Hammer. Hello, Corin. Thank you for joining my stream. For everybody else that's watching, I'm DMPaulG. I'm one of the storyline coordinators for the Moonshae Isles under Ballman Games there. And also an adventure writer, mostly for Adventures League. Also part of the Greasy Snitches, which is an event organizing group here locally in the Philippines. That's where I'm located. That's where I'm streaming right now. So if you're here in the Philippines listening right now, you can use this stream to help you sleep as we read through an adventure. I know to a lot of people that's gonna be boring stuff, but here we're here to extract lore. That's what we're here to do. So as one of the storyline coordinators for Moonshae Isles, we need to know what has happened so far. And we need to know what has happened. Yeah, it's not boring. Of course, it's not. Yes, super exciting. We need to know what has happened so far in the Moonshae Isles, which is a group of islands west of Sword Coast, and which is in the Forgotten Realms setting. So, and the latest event that has happened there is the Rising Shadow storyline. And for me to be able to write more adventures or more, in the coming years, then I need to know what has happened. And that's why I'm reviewing these adventures, or actually just reading through it, trying to find all the lore, and then use it, hopefully, whatever it is that I've learned. One thing that I learned as a streamer yesterday, and that 4+4.5 hours of streaming yesterday, in my stream settings, I didn't have VOD check. So there's no video, there's no VOD, no anything. That whatever happened yesterday is gone, is lost. So lucky are those who were with me yesterday, who survived listening to that 4.5 hour stream of going through Moon 1-1. Yep. Do I have OBS saving? I have no idea, man. There's so many stuff open on my computer right now. I barely have any idea what's going on. But maybe in it should. Maybe it's on my computer. Maybe it's there. But we'll see if I can find it, because right now there's nothing. And then I check on Twitch, and then there's like a checkbox there, like enable VOD, and that's what I did today. So hopefully this stream will be saved and I can upload it on YouTube. So there, I'm thinking of having the Sage research stream probably every Monday to Thursday, so we can get like 4 adventures out in a day, right? Except if there's holiday or something else. Or at least while I'm motivated to stream, because this is how we can get information about the Moonshaes. We met a lot of halflings, some dwarf clerics, dwarf priests. There's a lot of lore, as you can see on my notepad here on the right, on the left side. We got a lot of things that we learned, and other people that we met, and now we're gonna go through this new adventure, Defenders of Caer Moray, which is, I know is gonna be on another island, another isle of the Moonshae. So we're gonna go with that. So if you're here, feel free to stay. If you're doing something, you're driving, feel free to put me in the background. If you're trying to sleep, just leave your phone on the side. Feel free to do that while I go through this. I'm planning to just read the adventures of Rising Shadows alone. But as I mentioned yesterday, you know what? It might be a good idea if other people want to get into the Rising Shadows. but don't have time to play, then you can join me and we can read through it together and learn about what has happened on those adventures. So there. And feel free to correct me. There's a lot of pronunciation stuff, a lot of words that I don't know. That you can help me pronounce or understand. So yeah, and some plot points that I might have missed. So if you're in chat, yeah, let's go through this together. So yeah, that's it. So let's go through it. Let's see. Scroll through this and try to figure this out. There we go. So Rising Shadows, Defenders of Caer Moray. The most untamed of the Moonshaes, residents on Moray are accustomed to defending themselves. Recently, something has stirred the dark forces that threaten the families of the strategically vital location. With every spare sword allocated to the homelands, who will answer their call for aid? So this is a 4-hour adventure for level 1 to 4 characters, written by Christopher M. Sniezak. And the storyline lead for this is Eric Mengi. And yeah, let's get through it. Let's see what's here. So introduction, this is just like the basic stuff you see on typical Adventures League module. What it's about, how to adjust the adventures before playing, you as a dungeon master, what can you do and stuff. But again, we're not here to talk about mechanics, and or at least not in detail. We're not here to talk about the adventure itself. We're here more about the lore. What stuff can we extract from this? Like, we want to know what happened in this adventure. So at least we're up to date. Once we start playing the new storyline, which me and Savannah Houston McIntyre will premiere come Winter Fantasy next year. That's Feb 1 to 5. So if you're in the US, this is going to be in-person play. We have like 6 adventures plus 1 epic adventure, which is a multi-table adventure coming out, premiering at Winter Fantasy next year. And yeah, this is the best time to join me. And, so at least you know what happened before that storyline. There. Okay, let's go. Let's do this. Adventure Primer. Okay. Wow, this is a long adventure background. Do we have here? Over the past few years, the Black Blood Tribe, okay, we have a new faction right away, has been getting their people inside Caer Moray, acting as citizens and functioning as sleeper agents. Mr. King Dice, thank you for the follow. Again, as might be repeating this every day, but when in the Moonshaes, when you said Caer, that means castle, so a small castle really, or like a fort. And so that means that this city, this city of Caer Moray actually has a castle. Or as Eric Mengi told me, if you want to mention like the city and not the castle, you call it Moray Town. So I think that's, I'm not sure I forgot what country he told me about that. But yeah, but instead of, you don't want to say the castle, if you want to specify the castle in that city, you say Caer Moray. But if you want to just address the town or the city itself, you just say Moray Town. So there we go. Again, Caer Moray. Yep. Hello. All right. So yeah. So the most prominent, and again, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. I'm not an expert on this. We're all here to learn together. But hopefully by the end of this, after we read through all the adventures, then we're gonna be experts in Moonshae Isles. We're gonna be, we're the people that they're gonna call when they need help about Moonshae lore. So there. So the most prominent of these agents is Twain Stone, Breakden of the Moor Breakdown of the Moor Patrol. I don't know why I can't speak today. Breakdown. There we go. This one has a pronunciation guide. There we go. Right there. Breakdown. So now we can correct ourselves. So Breakdown is a commanding officer's rank. All right. Awesome. He's a well-liked commander in Caer Moray and a jackalware loyal to Malar. A plan for the sleeper agents is about to come to fruition. The goal of the Black Blood tribe is to breach the walls of the city and take as many of the citizens of Caer Moray for their sacrificial Moonwell rites as possible. Okay? Their plan is to deplete the guard in the city and breach the walls. Wait, these are bad guys. Are we gonna be working with the bad guys? Step 1 of the Black Blood's plan is for Twain Stone to take a number of his guard out in the Trollclaw range on a scouting mission, depleting the guard. Even with a depleted guard, the palisade is often enough of an advantage to keep out enemies. Step 2 is about breaching the walls. Twain and his lover, Julia Mist, I like that name. That sounds cool. Julia Mist is also a member of the Black Blood tribe. Have gotten their hands on a additive from Queen Konome that causes a person who imbibes it over time to be highly suggestible. It takes time to introduce this additive to a person so they don't realize it happening, but Twain and Julia Mist have had time. They targeted 2 of the palisade guards and brought them under their sway. They're sleeper agents who've been enchanted to open the gates when they hear the warning bells of Caer Moray. Today is the day that Twain is off in the mountains and force the Black Blood tribe are attacking. The adventure begins with the ringing of a warning bells of Caer Moray. All right. That's yeah, so you have an idea before you read through the adventure, you actually have an idea what's going on. So instead of just going to call to action that you're in Caer Moray, why are the adventures in Caer Moray? What's happening here so far? So that's what the adventure background is for. And after reading it, there's a lot of names already, and they tell you who's who. But with like 4 names already, it's easy to get. That takes a lot of memory already if you're not taking notes of your memory. So it's a good thing we have Notepad with us. So Moon2-1. This is gonna be in Caer Moray. And who do we have? So we have a faction, which is the Black Blood tribe. I'm assuming these are a group of lycanthropes, right? Based on the cover, and also that there's one that's a jackalware. So yeah, we have that. Before actually running it. I don't know. Sometimes, you know what? That is the right thing to do. Review the module before running it. But, you know, sometimes you just like to YOLO it. Or sometimes you don't have time. Or sometimes you're just lazy and then you realize, oof, it's time to run my game. And you just wing it. Yeah, it's part of the fun, running blind. Yeah. So there. But yes, being a responsible dungeon master, read the adventure, especially if it's a pre-written adventure like this one. Read it before running it, so at least you know what's actually going on, right? There. Anyway, we're in Caer Moray, and in Caer Moray, actually, let me put it here on top. In Caer Moray, we have NPCs. So who do we have? We have the first one, Twain Stone. So Twain Stone, agent of the Black Blood. and a breakdown of the Moor Patrol. Wait a second. So is Moor Patrol another faction here? We have that, and then we have the lover. His lover is Julia Mist, Twain's lover. Okay, we have that. And then that's it. There's only 2 people. Okay. Also a member. Also a Black Blood agent. Okay. And then we have Broderick Nails. Broderick Nails. Broderick Nails. All right. So we have that person here. Who's Broderick Nails? Who is this guy? A carpenter. Okay. And it's tied to one or more adventures. At the beginning of the adventure, he has a lot of the work of fixing and doing the upkeep on the buildings in the town and the palisade walls. Okay. He's a large, jovial, balding fellow who wears a kilt and a work belt with hammer, nails, and other carpentry tools most of the time. He also has a magnificent mustache. Apparently, that's important when describing Broderick. And then we have, on the second part, we have Sandra Taggart, barkeep. Sandra Taggart. Wow, first page, and there's a lot of information already. Tied to one or more of the adventures at the beginning. Sandra is a barkeep at the Darkening Moon, so we have a location. Darkening Moon Tavern. Oh, you can't see it? There we go. There we go. On the left side. There. That's a Broderick, right? See it under NPC summary? Yeah, so you have that. So why am I taking notes of these NPCs, these factions, these places? Because when we start writing adventures, we want to make sure that we can properly specify the places we've been in, the factions that are in that location, and then the people that are already there. If I say that there's a famous tavern in Caer Moray, Dark Moon, and then all of a sudden, I just made that up, and then all of a sudden someone will tell me, no, there's already a tavern that's named Darkening Moon, and then I don't know that actually exists. So important for me to do that. And then if, for example, there is someone who's a member of the Black Blood tribe who is rampant in that area, instead of making new NPCs, I can just use the one here. It's also good for nostalgia effect. This came out 4 years ago, actually. Let me check. Yeah, it came out. It was published in DM's Guild February 16, 2019. It's a gold bestseller. So yeah, actually, let me post a link here. So this one is good. Yeah, call them bro. Yeah, so this is a good adventure based on the review. So I hope that is true. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. So for those who are joining, you're probably realizing right now, wait a minute, Paul is just working. He's just doing research. Exactly. So instead of me doing research alone, you're here with me, and we're doing research together, right? It's a scam. Right? So look at that. So while I'm working, everybody else could join me in chat. I'm streaming, and we're all having fun, right? So I won't get bored and just researching alone. I have you all with me. And plus, if I miss anything, you're all here, right? There. And there you go. There you go. That's the right attitude. All right. So yeah. So where are we? Well, what am I doing? I forgot. And so Sandra, we have Sandra who's a barkeep, and then let's go back up. Tybee Go. All right. I like this adventure already because the names have like the guides on how you pronounce those names right at the beginning. You don't need to go down to like the appendix or like after the adventure. You can know right away how to pronounce the name. So this one is alrighty. I'm starting to like this adventure better than the one that we reviewed yesterday, just because of that. Streamer pro tip for people who are audio only. Yeah. Reading what the chat says when you are responding helps them so they know what you're responding to. All right. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for that. I'll take note. I'll read a lot of things here. Good thing I have a glass of water with me. And my snack for tonight is chicharon. So this is gonna be our ASMR stuff. I'll give you a preview right now. So I have vinegar with me and with pepper, chili, and what's this? Onions, a lot of onions. Huh? There, destroyed your earphones right there. Right? Not so crunchy that is. Anyway, going back. We need to focus. See, that's why I'm streaming, so I can focus on my work. Tybee Go. Who's Tybee Go? Tybee Go is also a Brighton. Okay. Of the Palisade Guard. This NPC, okay. Tybee is a fit and tall middle-aged woman who has made a name for herself in Caer Moray. She's serious when on duty but has learned to relax when not working and is quite affable with skating with. How long does it take for one research session? That will be this is a 4-hour adventure, so hopefully we'll just spend like 2 hours reading through it and talking about it. But I tend to go off topic a lot, so probably add another hour to that, so 3 hours probably. Right? So again, feel free to just put me in the background as we go through this, and then when we you'll hear the keywords about what we're learning. Yesterday was it's a adventure that has 4 90-minute mini adventures. So yeah, no, sorry, it's a module that has four 90-minute mini adventures, and so it's supposed to be a 6-hour adventure, but we talk about it for 4.5 hours. Hopefully we won't yeah, it's so hard not to fall a rabbit hole of other stuff. Yeah, it is. Gao? Yeah, I said Gao. Did I say go? Or TB Gao? Yeah, yes, yeah, I said Gao. Go. I said go. There we go. The Gao. Oh. Go would be Gao. All right. TB Gao. That would be wrong though, right? That's not how your guide is supposed to be. If it's supposed to sound like Gao, right? You're not supposed to put GOW. You're supposed to. But you know what? I like Gao better, so I hope that's really how it's supposed to be pronounced. Anyway, we have another Brighton here, so we can put. So our Brightons just. They said they're commanding officers, so there's more than one. So another guard commander, I would say. Another Brighton. Not a good pronunciation guide. Well, it's at least this is a step above, yesterday. Because yesterday there was none. Here there is one. It's not 100% accurate, but maybe on the next adventure, there will be an improvement. We'll see. So adventure overview. Let's say here. The adventures developed. So there are only 2 parts. So this is a 4 adventure that only has 2 parts plus an introduction. So you get an introduction, and then the belts of Caer Moray. The adventurers find themselves in the middle of a battle gone horribly wrong. The Black Blood tribe. Can we just call BBT? Can we just BBT? All right. The BBTs have managed to get inside the walls of Caer Moray. The adventurers move around the city to save the friends and connections they've established in the intro. I need to be careful with my acronyms. Yeah, BBT. Yeah, this part ends with the adventurers making possible daring rescue of the captured citizens as reinforcements arrive from the sea to help drive out the BBT. Okay. And then Black Blood Pack. The adventurers are approached by TB Gao to look into what happened at the gates of Caer Moray. This starts an investigation that reveals a cell of BBT agents that have been in the city in Caer Moray for a while and have planned the attack. This culminates the adventurers tracking down Julia Miss, Twain Stone's lover, as the Black Blood ringleader. Okay. She's also ringleader. That's good to know. And possibly learning that Stone is the true mastermind behind Caer Moray Blood Black Pack. All right, that's kind of mouthful. All right, so adventure hooks. What do you use adventure hooks for? When, especially if you're playing other adventures, or you're in your homebrew campaign, you're in a different location, and you want to use this adventure on your next session. So this is your adventure hooks, is basically your guide to make it easier for your players' characters to transition from wherever they are at the moment to this adventure. So if they're friends in Caer Moray, so the adventurers have several friends here in Caer Moray. When the fighting starts going, that can be used. So that means if they're, let's say, in Waterdeep, they have friends here in Caer Moray, and that's why they have to go here. Or Taibi Gao is with the adventurers when the adventure starts, and ask them to help defend the city from these lycanthropes. Actually, keep saying Caer Moray, but where is Caer Moray? I made some upgrades on my stream. Let's see if this will work. Let's see. How will this work? I think. There we go. Look at that. We have a map. Yes, we have a map. Look. So I don't know what I'm doing. There you go. So we have the Moonsea map. Yesterday we were at the Isle of Alaron here, which is the biggest isle in the Moonshae, more specifically at Caer right in this area. But now we're going all the way to the other side, and we're going here and down. There you go. And then down right here in this area, the Isle of Moray. This is where we're going to be at. And more specifically, let me try to zoom, because this is just paint, to be honest. I'm just using paint. Yeah. Boomer technology. Yeah. From Moray, we are in Caer Moray. There you go. Caer Moray is right here. So this is the adventure that we're going. Yeah. Or this is where the adventure is happening. That's where we're at. And so we've come from like the eastmost island, and now we are on the westmost island, in the Moonshae Isles. There. So we have those. We have the adventure hooks, and we can go with introduction. This one, this is a one-pager introduction, which is good. That's good. It means it's easy to prepare. I think this will be a short stream. We'll see. So estimated duration for introduction is 20 minutes. So you have 20 minutes to basically do the introduction part of this adventure. And yeah, let's go through it. So the adventurers have spent the past several days in Caer Moray. This doesn't cost downtime units or downtime days. In Adventures League, we have that resource called downtime days if you want to learn a new language, or there's like a boon or a story award that requires you to remove like downtime days, or when you're copying spells from another spell book, or another player character spell book, you usually use downtime days, or when you're crafting potions too. But here it looks like we're in Caer Moray. We start the adventure. We're already in Caer Moray for several days, and we discover how that relationship developed and what it means to the adventurers when part 1 starts. Okay, see Appendix 3A for the map of the southern Moonshae Isles, which we already we have our own map, so we saw where this is happening. Ask each adventurer the following sets of questions. Each of the NPCs has to be selected at least once. Okay. So these are the questions from these NPCs. Okay. And I have dogs barking in the background. I don't know if you can hear them. So you came upon, so with Broderick Nails. You came upon Broderick Nails as he started to fall off the roof he was fixing. How did you keep him from hurting himself, or at least hurting himself seriously? Oh, this is a good way of doing character introduction. So there are scenarios happening. I think, yeah. So you ask these questions from each NPC, and it's basically a scenario, since the players' characters are in Caer Moray for several days already, and basically they encountered one or more of these NPCs. And these are those scenarios, those questions. So the first one is, Broderick is about to fall off the roof he was fixing. One or more of the characters saved him. How did they save him, right? Another one is second bullet. Broderick enjoys physical competition and activities. What physical activities have you and Broderick engaged in during the past week? Work, caber tossing, axe throwing, other kinds of sport. And what secret has Broderick entrusted you with that others might not know? I don't know if Broderick is willing to entrust me with a secret. So, and how would you define your and Broderick's relationship? Caber, Literally tossing entire felled tree logs. Oh, damn. Okay. Uh, learn something new. We don't have that here. And I need to read more books apparently. How would you define you and no, we already. So are you friends with Broderick? Buddies? Are you bros? Um or you have budding romantic partners? Yeah. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay. You know what? I should watch more of those like traditional I don't know, yeah, Scottish sports like the strongman stuff and all that. Um, I need to know. I don't even know if that's Scottish, but you know those sports where they kill and they lift like heavy stuff. Um, so at least I know how to actually describe it properly when I write them and incorporate them on adventures. Anyway, Sandra Taggart. You helped Sandra with the situation in the Darkening Moon. She was. What was the situation? Uh, how did you help? Sandra loves to tell stories. You know what? These things. All right, not really that important, but we get what they're trying to do here. So there are scenarios. These are the NPCs that the characters met. But let's see. If the adventurers played Moon 1-1, which we've read yesterday, they may possess a drawing of Sandra owned by her love, a sailor named Colwyn, whose ship fell victim to pirates. Returning this picture to her instantly befriends her. Do we have Colwyn yesterday? Colwyn. Did we miss that? Yeah. Do I have a Colwyn? I don't have a Colwyn. Uh, should we open the the other adventures? Let's try to open it because it's bothering my mind. Colwyn. There's none. That's how you spell it, right? Colwyn. There were pirates. There was the GIF pirate, but there's no Colwyn. Check handout images. Okay, let's go back here. It's most probably with the GIF pirate, because Dex, Smithy. Is there a drawing here somewhere? Drawing up sales contract. Oh, here you go. Here you go. There's something here. Let me try to zoom a bit. There. Officer's quarters. A silver picture box containing 10 gold and a drawing of a folk woman with an inscription, Dearest Sandra Taggart. There you go. Oh, the Lily of Moray. This one I remember because this one is in our notes. And in a silver picture frame, work 5 gold pieces. Okay. So she's the Lily of Moray. Yeah. Must be high charisma. But yep, her lover was a pirate. Is Colwyn dead? Why is Sandra's picture or drawing in the officers' quarters? Huh. Okay. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So we have that mystery is solved. Okay. Wink, wink. All right. What else? So Tybee go a Gao, Tybee Gao. So Tybee bought you a drink, all that. Um, Again, some encounters with Tybee, and yeah, that's it. So there's really not much lore there, but we do know with Sandra, the Lily of Moray, her lover was that pirate from Moon 1-1. So, okay, that's good to know. Part 1. Again, this adventure only has 2 parts, so this might be a short stream. This happened. So, the Bells of Caer Moray. This section of the adventure covers the attack of Caer Moray. Oh, right. You know what? You're right. Add Lily of Moray on her note. So, oh, I have it here. What the heck? Why do I have 2? Wait. Sandra is the leader of the Silver Blades? Is my notes right? It's not true. You put that yesterday. Where is that Silver Blade? Plot twists, yeah. It's silver something. Silver's blade, yeah. And Captain Bluto reports to someone. It's the silver guy. I forgot his name. Pirates of Silver's Bay. Yeah, it's Silver's Blade. So who is that silver person? We'll find out. Silver dagger. Silver, there's a lot of... There we go. Silver Silwart. That's the person. Okay, Silver Silwart. Sandra Tiger, the Seer, Barkeep, Lily of Moray. Okay. Yeah. I put Sandra Tiger twice. Okay. Save. We're good. Wow. See? And we're only dealing with like 2 modules here. Imagine if we're already in Moon 15 something and we have to go back to different files just to check what has happened with those adventures. Yeah. So this might take a while. Anyway, part 1, the Bells of Caer Moray. This adventure, this section covers the adventure. This section of the adventure covers the attack on Caer Moray by the BBT. The adventurers will be making choices about which of their friends to check on and help out, or just take in the fight to the BBT in the streets of Caer Moray. The section ends with a daring rescue of the captured residents of Caer Moray before they're ushered out of the settlements of the Black Blood tribe. So this is supposed to be a 90-minute encounter, so an hour and a half to do all these things. Um, let's see what's happening. So after a ringing doom, so this section, you can have as many encounters as you'd like for the Battle of Caer Moray, but keep an eye on the time. No more than 5 encounters are recommended. 5 encounters? 90 minutes? That's a lot. Okay. And then before having the final encounter, save them. A short rest, you can have that. Closing the gates if the adventurers think to go and close the gates right away. There's a large force holding them. And there are werewolves. This is a level 1 to 4 adventure. You don't have just one. You have 2 werewolves, and then 4 were-rats, 7 jackal-wares, and 12 wolves, making sure the gates stay open. Okay. You're a party of level 1 to 4 adventurers. I'm liking this adventure already. It's a large force that will be hard or impossible for any lower level party to defeat. Okay. Features of Caer Moray. Cool, damp, a little bit of misty rain. Okay. Gray overcast of clouds filter the light. Smell and sound. The smell of the sea mixes with the close quarters of 1,400 people in the dirt streets where chamber pots are emptied and animals are sometimes seen wandering the streets. Okay. So not that good, I'm assuming. All enemies are trying to capture commoners, not kill them. Noted. Oh, you can't see it. There we go. So this is the first encounter. Encounter A is Ringing Doom. So the adventure begins with the bells of Caer Moray ringing, and things get out of hand as the Black Blood tribe is in the streets. So this is how it starts. The warning bells of Caer Moray have been ringing for about 15 minutes now as you sit at one of the tables of your inn eating lunch. It's happened several times during your time in Caer Moray. The Palisade Guard and Brighton, Tibby. Is it Tibby or Tybee? I forgot. Tybee. There we go. And Brighton, Tybee Gao are good at handling any problems. Then come the screams, and a young member of the city guard, you think Tolbert is his name, bursts into the inn and runs right for your group. Bragden Gao sent me. We need your help. The gates are breached and the Black Bloods are running in the streets. Gao told me you're all conscripted, and he never finishes the statement as a black wolf leaps through the window and bears the young man to the floor. The first wolf is followed by 5 more. Oh, wow. Action pack. I like it. But the darkening moon isn't it. Alright. So there are 6 wolves attacking the adventurers. 10 commoner citizens of Caer Moray. Half the wolves attack the commoners and half attack the characters. Alright, so that makes it easier. So you're only gonna fight, your party is only gonna fight 3 wolves. I think we have a map, Appendix 3B, and the wolves can enter through any of the windows. When a wolf breaks through a window, it takes 2 points of slashing damage. Okay. The wolves try to knock commoners prone or unconscious and drag them out through the door or back through the window. So again, they're not trying to kill the commoners, they just want to capture them. And dragging off citizens, if a wolf grapples a prone commoner and then spends a dash action, it pulls the commoner out of reach of the adventurers and out of the fight. If we have a strong party, we can add a were-rat. Okay, noted. And then, actually, let's go to Appendix 3B. Appendix 3B. Oh, this is our tavern map. Okay. Nice, nice. I like it. So it is a tavern. Is it a tavern or an inn? What did it say here? At the tables of your inn. So I guess it's an inn and tavern. Development. After the wolves are defeated or run off with the citizens, the adventurers have some choices to make. They have check on their friends in Caer Moray, or they can just make their way through the settlement dealing with fights in Caer Moray. Warn them about their friends if necessary. What treasure do we get? One of the safe commoners offers a silvered short sword. Okay. So that guy froze up, unable to fight, so instead he gives his short sword to one of the adventurers. Okay. Fight off the streets. So this is the second encounter. Encounter B. What do we have? If the party opts to patrol the streets, they can roll or pick up. Yeah, free silver sword. That's what, with 100 gold pieces to silver a weapon, right? That's good, especially for a level 1 to 4 party. Oh, I get it. They need to put a silver sword here because they're gonna be fighting werewolves. Yeah. Costs 100 gold pieces to silver a weapon. Yeah. Right? Now I'm doubting myself. But I think it's 100. Yeah, I know it's 100. Yeah, they just gave it, but it can be used to fight werewolves or lycanthropes, because remember they're immune to like normal damage, right? Um, but not to silvered weapons. So this is a way. This is a good mechanic. This is a good use of using parts of the adventure to give the characters a means to fight strong enemies later on in the adventure. Okay. Wow, I like this writer already, the author of this adventure. Good job. Um, so if the party opts to patrol the streets, roll or pick up two of the encounters from the list from those listed below. Reroll duplicates if needed. Modify the maps in the appendix as needed. A werewolf rides a giant black dire wolf. Holy crap! A werewolf riding a black dire wolf. Trying to imagine it. Wow. Okay. They fight with the adventurers for a single round and then retreat. Four jackal wares and a were rat are trying to bring down a building in the road or the docks. Hey, New Tokyo Project. Yes, I've started my own stream because I'm trying to work while streaming. So might as well. No, I'm trying to research, get some lore about the Moonshae Isles. So I figured there are other people who might want to learn more about the Moonshaes like I do, but don't have the time to run the adventures. So that's why I'm streaming. Yeah, so feel free to stay if you want. Uh, and also, it's a good excuse for me to work, right? Because I know people are watching. Okay. Anyway, so right now we're reading Moon2-1, Defenders of Caer Moray. We're in part 1. Oh, thank you. Nice. Yeah. You know what will be great? If like the authors are actually here in the stream and then they say screw you, Paul. That's not how it's supposed to be. Like, you're wrong. Like, just prove the things that I'm saying here, that like whatever take that I have is incorrect. Then we have that. Maybe if I get invited to write for BMG, you know what? Yes, 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 yes. We love to have more writers here for Ballman games. There is actually. Let me try to find that. I should post this on Twitter. But in the Ballman Games website, there's a place, there's a page where which is an open call for adventure writers. So if you want to write for BMG, this is the place. Spam it here. Yeah, there you go. Just fill that out so we get your information and then we know what you actually want to write. If you're not interested in Moonshae Isles, probably you want to write for Dragonlance, or the other campaign that we have is Moonshae, Dragonlance, and Dreams of the Red Wizard. So there you go. If you're interested in writing one or more of those campaigns, that's the link. Yes, there's pay. There's pay involved. Yeah. All right. Going back. Encounter 2. 4 Jackal-Wearers and a Were-Rat trying to bring down a building by a road to the docks. The Were-Rat has planted rocks with exploding runes on them to bring down the building. Okay. Yeah. Pay is always nice. Yes, yes, yes. The third encounter, 4 wolves and 4 jackal-wearers are trying to capture and run off with some of the 12 commoners. 2 guards are fighting off 8 jackal-wearers, and it looks like they could lose at any moment. The adventurers come around the corner and run into 3 were-rats dragging away 2 commoners. And then the adventurer hears screams from the inside a home. A dire wolf and a woman commoner holding back an 8-year-old boy who's swinging a frying pan at the dire wolf. Oof. Okay. I think if you say that there's a 8-year-old boy in danger, I'm assuming adventurers will jump into that encounter right away. There's a big chance. But then again, I've played with some players, so you know what, screw that, I want to deal with something else. So but anyway, based on those encounters, right, it looks like the Blood Black tribe have gone all out at Caer Moray, because this is a lot of lycanthropes, wolves, etc. Like, they're attacking the whole city. So this is a big attack that's happening right now in Caer Moray. So development. Once the adventurers have dealt with 2 encounters or an hour has passed, the following event occurs. Okay. I see. You know what? This is good writing, because the other encounters, it was mentioned a while ago that there'd be like just run up to like max or 5 encounters, and these are the encounters. These are like short, like shortly written encounters, like 1-2 sentences. So it saves a lot of space, and it's all, I think it's all combat, like mostly combat encounter, right? Except if you want to go stealth mode and try to save people. Yeah, but that's good. So that's it. And then after you just decide how many encounters you want to run based on the time you have available, you go to development part after, and you read the text box that says, the same young member of the city guard finds you once again. He's bandaged and looks like a little worse for wear, but still moving. I'm glad I found you, because we need your help. There's a ship that recently docked with soldiers from Caer on it. They're beating back the Black Blood forces. There's a problem though. The Black Bloods are moving all the people they've captured out of town as they retreat, and we need to stop them. All right. Caer is where the High King of the Moonshaes is located. So if they're saying that ships and soldiers were sent to Caer Moray, which is again an isle west, like the westmost island of the Moonshae. And yesterday, there was a location with a great druid, Bloodfarer. There you go, at Bloodfarer. I put blood here, Bloodfarer. The great druid there, which is in the same island as where the High King's located, they asked for help, but the High King didn't send any. And then here you see that Caer sent soldiers to other islands to give them help. So I guess I can see that the situation here is worse than Bloodfire, right? Oh, nice to meet you. You're here. Yeah. Aren't you supposed to be somewhere else? Or good job. Thank you for joining. My soon-to-be mod, right? The present. We're done already. All right. Let's see. So perfect attendance so far. So Chaos Hammer and Naisamisu both have perfect attendance so far for the stream. Good job. Good job. Anyway, what's going on here? So the guard wants the party to take. They don't want a party. They want the party to take control of and close the gate, trapping the Black Blood forces in Caer Moray and letting the reinforcements smash them against the palisade walls. Oh, okay. That's a good strategy. Put a silver sword, a silvered light hammer, or 10 silvered arrows or crossbow bolt treasure in any encounters. Okay. You can see the setup already. They're all giving you like silvered weapons because you're gonna be fighting a lycanthrope later. Anyway, so C, encounter C. So helping your friends. Below are short descriptions of situations in which the NPCs have found themselves. Up to 2 of these situations occur. Any NPC not saved is part of the captured citizen during save them part. Okay, so Broderick. So Broderick is at his workshop, kept his tools. If the adventurers come by, a hammer comes flying through one of the walls into the street, and the party can hear Broderick inside yelling battle cries. Within, he's fighting off a were-rat, but outside are 2 wolves and 2 jackal-wares. Okay, so that's another combat encounter. So there's a lot of fighting involved here. So I can see why it's only 2 parts, but there's a lot of combat encounter on it. Which I guess if you're a new player in Dungeons and Dragons, you want the most action-packed encounters, and yeah, this will give it to you. And then if you save Broderick, he offers to give you a silvered light hammer for saving him. Got it. Sandra Taggart, the Lily of Moray. Inside the Darkening Moon, this is where the adventurers started, right? And 4 other commoners have barred the door. Outside, 4 jackalwares have made a battering ram out of a piece of large piece of wood. Oh man, got some editing stuff have been forgotten. All right, piece of wood and are being ordered by a were-rat to break down the door. The were-rat has two wolves with him. It looks like they're about to get in as the adventurers arrive on the scene. Reuse the map from Appendix 3B. Want to give a new player some role-play exploration stuff too, so they don't just load combat encounters. New DMs, yeah, that's true. The perfect scenario here is when you can have all three pillars of play, which is social encounters, exploration, and combat in one session, right? But I can understand that sometimes it's hard to do that, especially if you're a new dungeon master. And this is an intro adventure, so I can understand why it's heavily lean into combat, especially if you want to get the players buy-in and want to play more adventures. I'm okay with that. So I can understand that. Am I being biased? I don't know. I'm not sure. Social encounters #1 for me. Yeah. And again, different players, not all of them like combat. So especially tense situations like combat encounters, it drains a lot in you. So if you got one fight and then another and another, you keep saying roll for initiative and then a roll initiative. It can make you feel tired faster, and same thing with other encounters. So I guess what I'm trying to say is too much of one pillar of play is not good. Yeah, but I don't know why I'm defending this adventure. Probably because I like how it's written. I like that it was given that they gave us a pronunciation guide. It's not accurate, 100% accurate. I think, but still. Anyway, so I'm seeing some fault here. Not fault. Some issue, because we start at the darkening moon. We fought something, and then we go out and do like 2 to 5 encounters. And then we try to save the NPCs again. And so we go back to the Darkening Moon Inn/tavern again. So it's just kind of like the order is messed up. Probably fix that. DM can easily fix it, so no problem. Anyway, if Sandra has been saved, or actually then you get 10 silvered arrows, and then Taibi Gao can be found fighting in the streets near the gate of Caer Moray with some of her guards. You see adventurers see, oh man, some typos here. See, her companions are about to be surrounded. Use Appendix 3D for this scene. Let's see what that is. Okay. So it's just a street map, basically. So it tells you that Taibi and companions are here. There's a were-rat, more black bloods behind them, and then this is where the PC starts. Okay. Yeah. It's amazing. Again, it happens all the time, but I just want to say, I think it's just funny, because, and it happens on my adventures too. You have 3 people doing the development and editing, and then plus the writer, and then still like there are still typos, right? So with a 4-man team, you still have typos on your adventure. So don't if you see typos on our adventure and it's like a 1-man 2-man team, there's just a writer there, please don't get mad at us. Because as you can see, even with 4 people, 5 people, typos still happen on there. Anyway, going back, where are we? So Taibi Gao. Taibi Gao is fighting 3 wolves and a werewolf who are on the far before 4 rounds have elapsed in this combat. The adventurers only need to deal with the subset of the attacking forces. There's a lot of combat here. Okay. Tricks of the trade. You can put a number of tokens to represent the fighting power of Taibi's forces. Okay, those are just mechanics. We don't really want those. Note, this is not a situation where the adventurers should stay and fight the entire forces of the Black Blood, because the party is severely outnumbered. Okay? So just help Taibi escape. And if you help Taibi, she grabs a silvered longsword from one of her guards and hands it to the adventurers as thanks for their assistance and aiding them for the battle to come. Okay. And then once the adventurers have dealt with 2 of the NPC situations, or an hour has passed, the following event occurs. The same young member, or who is this guy? Yeah, the same, I forgot, he has a name on the first text box. The same young member of the city guard finds you once again. Alright, he's bandaged and looks a little worse for wear, but still moving. Alright, I'm glad I found you because I'm not sure who else can help. There's a ship that recently docked with soldiers from Caer on it. They're enough that the Black Blood forces are being beaten back. There's a problem though. The Black Bloods are moving all the people they've captured out of town as they retreat, and I'm not sure how to stop them. The guard, or Taibi if she is with them, wants the party to take and close the gate, trapping the Black Blood forces in Caer Moray and letting the reinforcements smash them against the palisade wall. Wait, is this... We read this already. Is it the same? I missed something. Alright. Because B... I think these are choices. Alright. I think I understand it now. Actually, I don't. So let me try to understand again. So after they defeat the enemies at the inn, they have some choice to make. They have check on their friends in Caer Moray. There we go. Or they can just make their way through the settlement dealing with fights in Caer Moray. Got it. Got it. So after A, you choose... No. So they expect you to A, then run as many encounters at B as you want, then C, return to D to finish the game. No, it's not. So it's A, and then you choose if you want to go B or C. So where's that part? Here. This part. So they make you check on their friends in Caer Moray, or they make their way through the settlement dealing with fights in Caer Moray. So dealing with fights in Caer Moray is letter B, and then helping friends is letter C. So A, and then you choose B or C, and then you go D. All right, that's why it looked like there's a lot of fights, because that's if you follow A, B, C, D. That's if you go that way. But no, it's A and then B, or A and C, and then you go D. Got it. So that's why new DMs, it's important to read the adventure first, so you get an idea of how the flow is supposed to be, and don't make mistake and avoid mistakes like the one that we just made a while ago. So there. Now we know. Now we know. So you either go B or C, and then after that, you go D. The Black Blood tribe has around 100 prisoners and has started gathering them to march them out of Caer Moray. The adventurers are the only ones in a position to stop the Black Bloods from getting out of Caer Moray with these people. They need to slow down the Black Blood tribe just long enough for reinforcements to show up. Feel free. Alright. Long enough to help free the prisoners and drive off the last of the Black Blood tribe in Caer Moray. Use Appendix 3E for this scene. Is as follow. Before we go down, I want to see Appendix 3E. Appendix 3E is here. You go. You have the palisade. You have the gate. And the prisoners. Okay. So when you're drawing the map, you know where they're supposed to be. Jackalwell, where's werewolf and then direwolf? Or wolves and then direwolf? Okay. Noted. Okay. Saving them. The prisoners are lined up and mostly roped together to be marched out of Caer Moray. Any of the NPCs, the adventurers, didn't check in on our prisoners. The gate is wide open, but there's about 100 feet between where the prisoners are and the gate. The gate is not well defended. There are a lot of black blood lycanthropes around, but most of them are managing the prisoners. Only a werewolf, his giant black direwolf mount, 2 wolves, and a jackal wears seem to be free to keep watch and engage with the party. The werewolf riding the giant black shadow wolf seems to be in charge of the black blood forces. Okay. There are any number of possible actions for the adventurers to come up with to stop the Black Blood tribe. Freeing a number of prisoners or shutting the gate are the most obvious ways to slow them down. And if you choose to close the gate, you make athletics check, one for each door. You can bar the gate with another athletics check. You can, DC 25 athletics check if you want to bar the door alone. Holy crap, that's big. Where am I? It's not showing. There you go. That is for a tier 1. And then freeing the prisoners, finding the right part of the ropes to cut or untie, and doing it quickly requires investigation. Okay. And then this must be done 3 times to cause enough of a problem for the Black Bloods lose control over the prisoners. Okay. So it can be another combat. It's not supposed to. But the way it's set up, and with player agency open here, you can do whatever you want, basically. There's a big chance that they will fight those things. So if the adventurers are beaten, they're not killed by the Black Bloods, as the lycanthropes don't take the time to finish them off. They're in a hurry to escape. The arriving reinforcements from Caer they revive any fallen characters. Alright, Defenders of Caer Moray. That's part 1. There's only 2 parts in this adventure. Okay, let's take a little break from that. So, there's not a lot of lore here. Except for the Black Blood tribe went all in on Caer Moray. So they're like full on attack the city of Caer Moray. So that's big. That could be like I'm sure that's gonna be like a memorable incident that the news of it will travel to different isles as well. What I'm interested though is that one of the wolves, there's a werewolf riding a shadow or like black dire wolf. If you kill the werewolf, and we can say that the dire wolf survive, so you get like that awesome black dire wolf mount that you can probably use in future adventures. That'll be cool, right? Okay. Anyway, let's see. Is this one long? Oh wow, the part 2 is only 3 pages, and then we're done. That's it. Is this a 4-hour adventure? It is a 4-hour adventure, right? 4-hour adventure. Yeah, it is. It says there. The 2 parts. Okay. All right. Let's go with part 2. I still have a lot of energy, so I can still go with this. All right. Anyway, part 2. Let's go. What happens? Black Blood Pack. A day after the fighting in the city, the adventurers are approached by Taibi Gao. She doesn't believe that her palisade guards who opened the gates for the Black Blood tribe are traitors, and something is suspicious about the situation. Because of this, she wants adventurers to look into the situation while she begins to patch up all the damage done during the attack. This leads the adventurers into an investigation, and they learn that a group of lycanthropes have infiltrated Caer Moray. Got it. The spine of clues. Investigation has the adventurers following a trail of clues. Your goal as the DM is to present the clues, but never tell them what to do with them. The clues should direct the players down to this path. All right, so we have a cheat sheet here. So it's with the guards, then to Victor Rue, the cook and the quartermaster of the guard, and then the leaky mermaid, and then Julia Miss. That's how it gets revealed, like who's the one that kind of betrayed them here. All right, or at least who's the one controlling or behind these attacks. Okay. Each section has a number of clues the adventurers will find. A core clue is the one that points them in the next scene, while the other clue helps them fill in what has happened in Caer Moray and might give them other advantages during this part of the adventure. Okay. A request for help. Taibi Gao approaches the adventurers a day after the attack. All right, so this is the next day. We can take a long rest. And she believes there's something more sinister than just the 2 traitorous guards. Okay. Bright then Taibi Gao sits with you. Thank you for seeing me, and thank you for your help yesterday. I hate to think how much worse it would have been without you there. She pauses for a second, seeming a little embarrassed. And now, I'm here hoping you'll do me another favor. I need someone to look into the breaching of the gates. It looks like 2 of my guards, Samuel and Kendra, betrayed Caer Moray and opened the gates. I don't think they're traitors, and were coerced in some way. Ooh, okay. Uh, let's add them. Whoa, what happened? Why do I have that? Okay. My notepad is lagging. Of all the apps, it's my notepad that's lagging. What's going on? All right. Anyway, Samuel and Kendra. Traitor, question mark, guards. So right now they're being held at the local garrison and can relate the following. They don't remember opening the gates, and the last thing they remember was the bells ringing. Their tongues have been a lot drier lately. No matter how much water they drink, it hasn't quenched their thirst. They have water skins as part of their gear, which is managed by Victor Rue, the quartermaster and cook of the guards. I have Kendra. Good catch. And then we have, let me put here Victor Rue, which is the quartermaster and cook of the guards. Okay, so we have those. If the adventurers have their way to inspect the guards, magically they discover the following with a Arcana check or detect magic. The guards have a spell on them from the School of Enchantment. Okay. Hi, Gift of Gabby. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Yep, we're doing well, doing great. Just reviewing an adventure, Moonshae Isle adventure. Thank you for asking. So, I hope you're doing well as well. Where was I? I lost track. Anyway, there's an enchanted smell on the guards. Poke Niner, hello. So something happened to them. They discovered the following. The water skins have been laced with some kind of additive. Oh, I remember this. And a successful DC-15 Arcana check reveals that the additive consists of components. Suggestion spell. Okay. If one of the adventurers carries Captain Bluto's blunderbuss, yes, I remember this musket. Tybee asks them where they got it from. She thinks it's a fine weapon and hopes the wielder can live up to the reputation of having such a thing. Huh? That's a bit random. Like, okay. It's not really related to anything. I mean, in whatever's happening now, the blunderbuss. It's just, if Tybee sees it, just wanna say hi. Yeah, foreshadowing, probably. I'm not sure. All right. But yeah, what's this? Working on my custom spell jam, Victorian Space Orcs. Wow. I like that. The water skins have been laced. How are you supposed to describe how to figure that out, though? That's one of those things that a suggestion for the module reader would have been nice. True. Yeah. We have that. Yeah, it's. Yeah, as a DM, you have to figure out how to describe it, how to make the players realize that there's something on their water skin. But yeah, it says here that if the adventurers check the guards' gear, so you start giving clues like, do you want to do anything? You want to check what they have on them, and then you start to slowly put the spotlight on the water skins, right? I'm nearly finished on perfecting my Bard subclass, taking about 4 weeks. Alright. Oh man. Hope you're alright, Gabby. Okay. Um anyway, yeah, so it's water skin, suggestion, arcana check. Okay. Yeah, I can see your point. Yeah. But I'm more disturbed, like out of nowhere, Tybee sees your musket and say, "Hey, nice weapon. I hope you know how to wield it." That is so random. It has nothing to do with this part. Um, I think, or so far, we'll see. Uh, Once the adventurers ask where they can find Victor Rue, they discover he hasn't been seen since before the attack. They can get his address from Tybee or either of the incarcerated guards. Got it. Uh, Throw away, throw back. But it's, yeah. Again, I'm not gonna judge it yet. It feels like I'm being biased in this adventure. But yeah, I'm not gonna judge it yet because there might be something on the following pages. We'll see. All right. A dead cook. When the adventurers decide to go chat with Victor Rue, they find themselves in for a bit of a surprise. He's dead, killed during the attack yesterday. Because of all the insanity of the last day, the adventurers are the ones who find the body. Read once they enter the home. The smell of that hits you as you enter Victor Rue's house. It's a small place, one room with a bed, fireplace, desk, table. It's all so trashed. In the middle of the room is Victor. He's sprawled on the ground, face up. His eyes stare at nothing, and the blood around his body is thick and jelly-like. He's been dead for a while. Victor was a loose end Julia Miss wanted tied up, so she killed him during the attack yesterday. The adventurers can discover the following. Then we can make a better decision for yourself and your modules, not lazy. No lazy throwbacks. Okay. Noted. Anyway, once you're at Victor Rue's house, what do we learn? Common knowledge. Victor is one of the few non-combatants killed during the raid. Yeah, because again, these lycanthropes or the Black Blood tribe don't really want to kill the commoners or the residents of Caer Moray. They just want to capture them. But they killed Victor Rue. The Black Bloods were more interested in prisoners than killing people. With a medicine check, it reveals that his neck wound is from a serrated dagger and not tooth and claw. Alright, so this... You can tell that he was killed or assassinated because the ones that attacked yesterday were all like wolves, werewolves, but this one was killed with a dagger. Okay. Perception check finds that the additive Victor used to bring the guards under his sway. Also, they find it. Okay. His quarters have been ransacked. And then lastly, the adventurers find this if they search the room at all. Within the straw bed mattress are several correspondences between Victor and someone signing their name with a drawing of a cloud. Oh, do we have an Akatsuki gang here as well? What's going on? We have okay. Drawing of a cloud is the signature. That's badass, but it also reminds me of Akatsuki. You know, if you watch Naruto, you know what I mean. The correspondence makes mention of a ship called the Leaky Mermaid. Here we go. So I guess I'll put it under Leaky Mermaid. I'll put it under... No, I'll put it under ships. We have ships. Ships. Leaky Mermaid. What did I use for yesterday? For the Shantu, I placed it. I didn't place it anywhere. Okay, I'll put it under ships. Leaky Mermaid. Treasure suggestion powder. So it's a chemical component. Let me pull it up. There we go. So it is a chemical component. It can be sold to an interested party. It has no effect on its own other than its value. Okay. Gotta dip a little anime that plus points for me. If that's how it is. I'm just assuming. The adventurers can learn that Victor Rue met with Julia Miss here. They also attract the attention of members of the Silver Pirates if they earned their ire in a previous adventure. Wait, so are the Silver Pirates and the Silver's Blades and the Black Blood Tribe working together? Oh, okay. Let me put it here before I forget. Silver's Blade Pirates and the Black Blood Tribe are working together. Question mark. So we're not sure yet, but that's my assumption for now. The smell of the sea is strong walking up the gangplank of the Leaky Mermaid. You notice a couple of sailors on the dock watching you board the ship. Then you're standing in front of the black-bearded Captain Cree. And what can I do for you? Alright, Captain Cree is here. Let's add Captain Cree. Captain of the Leaky Mermaid. Captain Cree knows much and he's willing to give up the information of the adventurers. Grease his palms with a little gold. Cree will do the cuff with his hands out move before he tells the adventurers anything. How much they give him determine how much information he gives them. But wait, so Captain, member, oh sorry, a Silver's Blade pirate. If the adventurer gives Cree less than 1 gold piece, he tells the party the man calling himself Cook often used the Leaky Mermaid to meet with a woman calling herself Cloud. Oh, okay. They paid him well for privacy and anonymity. If the adventurers give Cree at least 1 gold piece, he tells the party that the Cloud is really Julia Miss, a resident of Caer Moray and also a sailor. Oh, look at that. If the adventurers give Cree at least 5 gold pieces, he tells them that Julia Miss is the romantic partner of Brightden Twainstone. Okay. If the adventurers give at least 15 gold pieces, he tells them that their continued drawing of Brett surely upset the Silver Pirates who watch them walk onto his ship. They'll probably get ambushed by them when they leave. Okay. So Captain Cree is a charismatic scoundrel. He wheels and deals throughout the Moonshaes, keeping just barely ahead of his many enemies. He laughs and deflects blame with self-depreciation, while always looking for an advantage for himself. He avoids murder, focusing on smuggling, selling information, and theft. This is the pirate that I like. This is the kind of pirate that I want to see. He's fun. He's evil, but not that evil, you know? So that's good. Captain Cree. I'm assuming they keep saying only silver pirates, but I'm assuming it's the Silver's Blade pirates. I hope it's the same. If any of the party has a story award of debt paid in silver from the previous adventure, a gang of silver pirates led by Vistan the Darkling is waiting to kill them and take it when the adventurers leave the Leaky Mermaid. Okay. If the adventurers didn't pay Cree enough to learn about the silver pirates, they are surprised as they're walking down the docks. If they're aware, they see a Darkling, 3 scouts, 5 thugs with a silver pirate's tattoo on them and can act first. The pirates intend to kill the adventurers and take Captain Bluto's blunderbuss if any of the characters have it, all the while letting them know that Captain Bluto was a hero, a man of honor, and adventurers are scum for killing him. Okay, it's the same group. If the adventurers think to socially manipulate the pirates into not fighting them, they can do deception, intimidation, and now I can see it. So I guess that's why on Tybie's part they mentioned the blunderbuss so we can be prepared on this encounter, right? That's my assumption. If they killed Captain Bluto, spared his life, the party is split between those who spared and those who killed. Go with majority. Okay. Vistan the Darkling. I need to see that. Silver Pirate. That one is lazy. I'm just making. I don't know. I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to understand how the writer intends to run this. Anyway, the Jackal of Mist. The adventurers have tracked down Julia Mist and might think she's the ringleader. If they do, the adventure ends here with her capture. She doesn't want to fight and just surrenders if the adventurers have some kind of proof, confident that she can escape later, or Twain will free her. When they arrive at Julia's home, read the following. Go to the next page. The door opens and a red-headed woman with green eyes peers at you from the opening. She's tall and thin with lean muscle. Her tanned skin and weathered features have the look of a sailor. How can I help you? She asks. Julia doesn't initially invite them into her home, nor does she want to. Unless the adventurers give her a compelling reason to do so or bully their way in, she doesn't give them access. A compelling reason is a lie of some sort which requires a successful DC or deception check. The adventurers will also try to use diplomacy to get inside Julia's house, which requires persuasion. It's important that the lie or the diplomacy be plausible, so the players need to come up with something. If that doesn't work, the adventurers can always break into the house. Of course. You don't want to talk to the NPC? Just break into the house. Find a window, find a back door, and kick it open. And if they don't do it before the next day, Julia destroys everything she can in the fire and dismantle the shrine to Malar, the god of beasts, hunting, and savagery, making it a shrine to the Earth Mother. Okay. As a designer tip, this is probably a good play for extra advice like give advantage on rolls with some good, well thought out reasoning. Yeah, I mean, this could become a fight, but another combat encounter. But if you want to say that diplomacy is, plausible, encourage your players to do it. If they role play it out, then they get advantage on the roll or something, or the enemy gets disadvantage on initiative if it still ends up in combat. Something. Right. Anyway, role-playing Julia Miss. Julia Miss is a Jackalware agent of the Black Bloods. She views ordinary people as prey to be hunted, used, and eaten as needed. Alright, looks like she's evil. She is fiercely devoted to the Black Bloods generally and Twain Stone specifically. She is, so it's like Twain first, Black Blood second. Alright. She's distant and aloof, hiding her distaste for prey behind a cold veneer. I don't know what you're talking about. Please leave now. That's her quote. Okay. Inside Julia's home. That's it. Inside Julia's home. Julia's home is a little larger than Victor's and has 2 rooms. Main room, a hearth, table, chairs, desk, and bookshelf with books and ledgers on it. The other room holds a bed and an armory for... Armory? How do you pronounce this? I read it first as armory, but it's not. It's a wardrobe.
Armoire.
Armoire. Okay. Armoire. Where is that? This one. It's a closet, basically, but they use a word here. And an armoire for her clothes. How to find proof she's a member of the Black Blood tribe. A successful perception check reveals that the checks here are high. 17, 18. And then there's a 25 athletics check a while ago. This is this is a tier 1 adventure. Their proficiency bonus here is like +2 or +3. +2? What's the level 1? +3, right? So +2. There you go. +2. Yeah. Okay. All right. And so with a perception check reveals that the bookcase has been moved often. Behind it is a hidden shrine to Malar and a dagger used to kill Victor Rue. All right, so the murder weapon is here. With an investigation check, while looking through the ledgers and books, reveals a number of correspondence between Victor Rue and Julia. They were signed on a cloud. If the result of the check is 20 or higher, they also learn that Twain Stone is part of the Black Blood tribe, and Julia has been masquerading as his lover, so they can more easily speak about Black Blood matters. So they're not really lovers. They're just using it as a disguise. They're so they can communicate easier. Okay. The writing in the ledgers and the other correspondence match up with Julia's handwriting. Okay. Julia is a Jackalware and reacts to silver. The dagger is a magical and has a wolf's head for the pommel. Oh, that looks cool. And the serrated edge is made to look like claws. Oh, wow. That's a cool dagger. But it's a mundane dagger. And then conclusion. That's it. Holy crap. That's it. If any of these things are discovered, Julia doesn't fight and surrenders. If the party realizes that she's a Jackalware and passes the information on to Tybee, Julia is kept under heavy guard and executed shortly thereafter. Otherwise, Julia uses her sleep gaze on her guards to escape and escapes later that night. Adventurers find out that Twain Stone is also part of this conspiracy. He's arrested 2 days later when he returns from the Troll Claw Range. And that is it. That's the adventure. Let's look at it. Oh, the dagger is magical. It doesn't say here that it's magical. But under rewards, it's a +1 dagger. The Wolf's Claw. Serrated blade has a visage of 100 wolf's claws, all jumbled together with a wolf's head at the pommel. Okay. Story award, a friend Caer Moray, defender of Caer Moray. Organization, Taibi Gao is a member of Kendrick Loyalists. Alright, so this is actually a faction. Right now, the High King of the Moonshae, the High King of the Folk, and the Northmen, is High King Darid Kendrick. So House Kendrick is kind of like the royals here in the Moonshae Isles. And that means you have Taibi Gao as loyal to the High King. Kendrick Loyalists. Maybe keep an events section in your notes for these full module definitely happen canon events. You know what? That's a good idea. Events. Can I just put it on trivia? No, put it in events. Like special thing that happened. Yeah, so Black Blood Tribe. Black Blood Tribe. The Black Blood Tribe did a full full-on assault at Caer Moray. In Caer Moray. Okay. Saved. Alright, going back. Organizations. Kendrick Loyalists, a group that believes that the Moonshae Isles will be stronger if unified under a common king. Taibi approaches any characters who seem to share these tenets and encourages them to join, even giving them the torque that is their insignia. What is a torque? It's a neck ring. Rigid, stiff neck ring in metal. Oh, it's pretty. And then rewards, and then Bloodrick, Sandra, Taibi, Captain Creed, Julia. Magic item, story award. And that's it. That's the full adventure, 28 pages. We're done. That was fast. Okay, some thoughts. A friend of yours wears one. Actually, it looks cool. So it looks like it's a from what it's saying Google, it's like a Celt accessory. Celtic in origin. Okay. Anyway, thoughts on this adventure. I'm assuming that this is is it a trilogy? I think it's a trilogy. Let me check. I'm assuming that it's a trilogy. And if it's the trilogy, hopefully we can get an answer as to why the Black Blood tribes are uh, taking the people of Caer Moray prisoner, right? Yeah, it's a good, again. I think it's pretty clear that I like this adventure because it's lean, it's compact. The information is all there. There was one point where we got confused with the flow of encounters in part one, but other than that, all good, right? Um, the maps are all there. Appendix are all there. There are some typos, but we can easily ignore that. Um, Pronunciation guides really important to us. And yeah, the DCs are a bit high on some checks, but for me, I like that. I'm not sure if players will like it. Anyway, you cannot. What's this? Some thoughts. I need to scroll back up. There we go. Show the wolf. So we need to know why the Black Blood tribe are taking the people of Caer Moray prisoners. Because it looks like there's something going on there. If the lycanthrope tribes made a full-on assault at Caer Moray, why? Why are they doing it? Has to be a reason. Okay. And then 2, is it in the background? It's probably in the background, right? We should read it again now that we've read the whole adventure. Over the past few years has been getting their people inside Caer Moray acting as citizens and functioning as sleeper agents. The most prominent of these agents is the Brightdin Twainstone. Okay. And a jackal lawyer to Malar. A plan for these sleeper agents is about to come to fruition. The goal, here we go. The goal of the Black Blood tribe is to breach the walls of the city and take as many of the citizens of Caer Moray for their sacrificial Moonwell rites. Okay. There. So they're taking prisoners because they need it for their sacrificial Moonwell rites. Now we know. So that one has been answered. Their plan is to deplete the guard in the city and breach the walls. Step 1 of Black Blood is for Twainstone to take a number of his guards out into the Trollclaw range for a scouting mission. So basically weaken the defenses by Twain taking some of the guards or a lot of the guards with him on a scouting mission. And then step 2 is breaching the walls. Twain and his quote-unquote lover, Julia Miss, have gotten their hands on that additive that caused the person who... There we go. We didn't take note of this. Queen Conome. We didn't take note of that. Queen Conome. That causes source of additive. I'll just put it there. Yeah. The queen, this one, Queen Conome is the leader. We'll see. We'll see. It takes time to introduce. All right. Sleeper agents. Today is the day that Twain is off the mountains. Okay. So now that has been answered. But yeah, that's there's one part that says that the Black Blood tribe got a hold of like 100 prisoners, right? And if this is for a sacrificial Moonwell rite, That's a lot of people that they're trying to kill. 100 people at least, right? Trying to sacrifice for Malar probably. But yeah, that's big. That is a lot of blood. I don't know if that's overkill. I think it's overkill because you try to get 100 people. Like how many times do you have to do this right? Is it a yearly thing? Because if it's a yearly thing, you have to invade like a city every year, or a village, or a town. That's a lot of work. Yeah. Some towns just for religious rituals they only sacrifice like one person. Okay. And then another thing here in terms of story is, yeah, I mentioned a while ago, like in the Isle of Alaron, as we discussed yesterday, there were people seeking the High King's help, but no help came. Here, the forces of the High King, the forces of Caer arrived, and they're from another island. So, just imagine if the people from Bloodfire heard the news that the High King sent soldiers to the Isle of Moray to help with a lycanthrope attack. How about us? So that's a good plot point that can be used. But anyway, but that is it. Except for, and then the Silver Pirates are involved. The Silver Pirates slash Silver's Blade, are allied with the Black Blood tribe, or at least the Black Blood tribe are using the Silver Pirates, in terms of when they're planning or something. And that's good. Okay. And that's it. That's what happened here. That's all there is to it. That's Defenders of Caer Moray. That is the story award that you can get as well. Is it a ritual to make more were creatures? Then it's probably just more to make more rather than a consistent 100. Probably couple here, couple. Oh, yeah. We don't know what that ritual does. So it's a sacrifice thing. So if I'm assuming it's to please their god. In return, they get their deity's blessings. But do you get sacrificed and then get turned into a lycanthrope? Because lycanthropes are not undead. Or the meaning of sacrifice here is, not really kill you. It's just to transform you into a lycanthrope. I'll see. I think the answer here, you'll get the answer if you read the regional guide, the Moonshae Isles regional guide, because I know it has a section for the Black Blood tribe too. Maybe the sacrifice is to empower another to become one. Yeah, true. Okay. Well, that is it. That was a fast stream. We're live for 2 hours. That's it. We got for a 4-hour adventure. We're ready for 2 hours. That is it for today. At least we learned more about the Black Blood tribe. We know that there are Kendrick loyalists on other islands, even those that are far away from where the High King is at. What else did we learn? We learn about possible alliance between the pirates and the lycanthropes. And yeah, that's basically it. So we have werewolves here. So tomorrow, not tomorrow. It's already Friday. Monday, come Monday, you might look at another adventure. We'll look at Moon2-1, which is... Oh, sorry. This is Moon2-1. We'll look at Moon2-2, the Army of the Unseen. That's the next one. And then I'll try to make the stream Monday to Thursday. 11 p.m. my time, so that's 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll try to do that. And so Monday to Thursday, just reading one module a day. So at least we'll learn more about Moonshae Isles. And then, yeah, we'll see if we'll be done after that. How many? In my files, I have 59 adventures. So there. And then once, because yesterday we did one Moon-1-1, and then so we'll try once Moon-1-2 to Moon-1-5 gets published, we'll go back to those and review those as well. Because I want to do this in order, like Moon-1, Moon-2, Moon-3, Moon-4, Moon-5. I know there are like connecting trilogies here. It's not necessarily in numerical order, but I want to do it that way. Just so it's easier for me. There. Hello, Hungry Kobold. Sup? What's up and goodbye? Because this is the end of our stream. Thank you very much for joining. Hopefully there will be a VOD. I made sure that in the Twitch option that the VOD is checked. It will be a VOD, and then if I can download it, I'll upload it on YouTube. I'll see you on Monday, Monday night, Monday morning, and then that's it. Again, I'm DMPaulG. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook. You can join Discord. If you go to like the DMPaulG, if you're here in the Twitch channel, there's like the links are there somewhere. And yeah, happy to talk to you about D&D stuff. And if I can leak whatever things I'm working on, I'm gonna do my best to give it to you. But if I can't, we just have to wait. That's it. So again, thank you very much for joining. I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone. Let me see if this works. How is it gonna work? Bye-bye.